Sad news, I'm afraid, but after I've told you that, I've shown you and told you that I'm going to do another bucket, 9 litres sort of thing up to there, plus another litre of newspaper cellos on top. Then I'm going to let it sink down like it normally does over a few days, and then add the same amount, another litre of intermediate sized charcoal, charcoal this sort of intermediate size, so it only fits up above, to the level surface. Two minds about whether I should do, like right down the middle and do one side charcoal on top, cellulose underneath, and on the other side flip it, so you have the charcoal underneath and the cellulose on top, in case the cellulose greens, you see. But the sad news here is this, my first shoot, it got nobbled last night. Something tried to bite it, but I don't think it's quite got to the picture there. So either it's come to something, or that's all it wanted, just had its fill. Whether there's something in the cellulose that goes to the plant, trichoderma or something like that, and it's it's a bit like the Bacillus thuringiensis or whatever it's called, that makes them vomit and kills them, sort of thing. So I don't know, but I can't see anything on the surface of the cellulose, no dead caterpillar or anything like that. But then it could be a very small caterpillar. Definitely wasn't a very hungry caterpillar. It only took a light snack. Anyway, this we're getting a bit of coloration on some of these. Again, all in the white areas. So don't know. This one's still okay. This one over here is all right. One in the copper's still okay, but whether it's actually going to put out some growth. This one with the aluminium. Oh yeah, I've got my tongs, by the way. I got some tongs. You can either, I'm going to try and take out these balls and stuff. You take them out with the old tongs sort of thing, or I can take them out by stabbing them. If there's nothing underneath, you can actually take them out like that, sort of thing. Okay, or you can just take them out with your pair of scissors, just sort of grab them like that, sort of thing, if you want to. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take all the balls out if I can, get rid of all the ones that are getting in the way, sort of thing. There probably will be new ones though. So that's basically that. This one's still a bit kinky there. I don't know whether that's because there's some hormones or something coming out of there. In fact, it's bending towards the plant. Interesting. This one here, I don't know what's going on here, fellas. Don't know if they just, as I said, it's got the nutrients are on the walls, on the cellulose, or is something nibbling this thing at night? Maybe a mouse, a rat, or something. I don't know, but it just looks a bit strange. Yeah, there you go. I'll take some screenshots. This one here, yeah, I don't know. That tip's gonna die off there or something. I don't know if I had some problem with this one as well, whether they've got something that's nibbled it on the other side. That one there, I don't know. But if I put my hand behind it, it might... Oh yes, that's the other thing I found out the other day. The trick of focusing on these things, you've got to have... Basically, you've got to simulate that you're on the ground, because every time you focus in on something that's on the ground, it always focuses. So you basically got to put your hand or some object behind it that it thinks is like the ground. Anyway, coming over to these ones over here. These are flushing, so that's not bad for 3 going 4 days, sort of thing. We're getting a reaction, fellas. So yeah. But so, and this one over here. This one over here. And this one. So far, still the worst looking one is the one that's in the the grass clippings and sand and polystyrene beads. So the best looking one is between that and that, I think. But yeah. Anyway, this one over here, it's all right. But this the chalk certainly sticks to the bloody leaves. When you put the water on it, just sort of. It disappears, or it becomes somewhat translucent. You can actually see the plant again, and then you can see that the plant is nice and green. But at the moment, it looks weird. So I think this might be the winner, this one. So We'll see if this greens up in the same amount of time as that starts to green, well, then I'll plant something in it and we'll see. And if that works, then we're one stepping stone or two away from trying to actually blue a fly trap. So this one seems to be sort of coming back. So obviously, from regular watering, so obviously the nutrients are definitely in the there are definitely nutrients in the charcoal that get washed out. So that's why I'm going to set up another one where I'm going to have newspapers. You see how much this has gone down? See? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait till it goes down a bit, and then I'm going to add some charcoal. So in another pot, of course, not this one. But yeah, I think it may be a case of pine needles and charcoal. It could be newspaper, paper cellulose and pine needles. It could be, some sort of combo, I don't know. But definitely you can get away with a bucket of sand, basically, and do the double flush. And you don't really need much on the surface to get some regular, consistent, fairly reasonable growth that will get somewhat exponential as we go through the season. But you won't believe me about that until as we head towards the third week of February. Then if we don't get any nibblings away and we get the direction of our plants diverted for us by having the first major picture chewed off, then we should see things. I don't think these ones over here are going to do too well, actually, fellas, because I think they're running out of nutrients with the flush sort of thing. Whereas, as I said, we've got nutrients there going into the system. I think these are running out of nutrients in this system, so I don't think we're going to be too impressed by these compared to ones over here, because we're actually extracting nutrients here from the cellulose and the peat and the charcoal there, and I think next year that's going to be as bad as these ones. It's going to run out. Whether you can actually get more nutrients by crushing the charcoal again, I may want to set up an experiment to find out whether or not we take old charcoal that seems to have lost its oomph, its muster, its OOMPH, its oomph or muster, and whether by crushing it again suddenly we're getting renewed growth. So actually quite a lot of the nutrients are actually trapped in the form of charcoal, which then brings us back to the question of how does the charcoal disappear in the bush, sort of thing. Does it start? Is it like this? Is it sort of like disappearing when it meets Albion sand? And then of course you've got to ask yourself what's happening. What is Albion sand, and how does it interact with the charcoal? Maybe we have to dig this one up next year and see just where all the charcoal, has it totally disappeared, or has it just moved down the pot, sort of thing? Is that what's happening? It's just been, once the sand becomes albion, there's some organisms in the sand that then break the charcoal down into very fine nanoparticles, and they go down through the system. Is that what happens? I don't know. So we'll see how this one goes, just with the sand in the central core and the newspaper cellulose around the outside, and we might start to get an idea of what's going on and adjust or correct for it if that's the right appropriate thing to do. But anyway, that's about it. So I think it's about time I go and I'll set this one up. Yeah, I don't know, I might actually be, this one with the nickel looks like it might be ready to do something so interesting. So yeah, I don't know, it just looks like it's slowly changing over time. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. Oh, and I'll put this one in there to see if we get any reactions. So it might take us to the next step of conquering copper and therefore bluing a fly trap sort of thing, because I'm still getting more little bits of green here and there, little bits of green happening here and there. So whether it's suddenly, there's a little bit tinged down there, but the whole thing's suddenly going to be covered by cyanophyte, I don't know. But as I said in the past, on the newspaper cellulose using copper, it took about a month, and then suddenly, boom, I got this big bloom. So it should be due for any time soon to do that, because I think we've had at least 3 weeks now going into fourth, so it should be ready to go now. So if it's running to time, it might suddenly bloom, so we'll look out for that. But that's about it. So I'll get back to this, and oh yeah, this one, yeah, down here. Again, the peas are losing their colour, but I'm also getting, I don't know if you can see that, some of the sand is greening. Can you see the sand is greening there near the plant? Is that because of nitrates are forming in the soil? I don't know. So that might be interesting to think about that. So it's suddenly greening, presumably with cyanophyta, but does that mean because we've got nitrates now building up in the soil? So yeah, we'll see how we go. But anyway, I just thought you might want to think about that. But whether it's going to have another push, and we'll see how it goes over the next few days, another 2 weeks basically, and we'll see what happens. Okay, see you.